Toyota promised a brand new battery that changes everything you know about electric vehicles today. But that incredible 1,100-mile range is not real at all today. The real story about this solid-state battery has nothing to do with chemistry inside. Here is what nobody talks about when they discuss this futuristic power source. Most people get this completely wrong because they focus on the wrong details entirely. The biggest hurdle for Toyota is not the electrolyte or the ion flow. It is the physical act of manufacturing the battery without destroying it. Imagine pressing a glass plate between two heavy rollers at high speed. That is exactly what manufacturers must do to make these solid layers. The solid electrolyte is brittle and cracks under that immense pressure easily. One tiny microscopic crack ruins the entire battery and stops the ions moving. This is the manufacturing paradox that keeps engineers awake at night constantly. To understand this problem, you must first look at what we use now. Today, your electric car runs on a lithium-ion battery with liquid inside. That liquid electrolyte sits between two solid parts called the anode and cathode. Lithium ions swim through this liquid to move from one side to another. This liquid allows the battery to work reliably, and it has for decades. But the liquid requires heavy cooling systems and strong protective packaging around it. If the liquid gets too hot or cold, the battery loses its performance quickly. That is why Toyota and others want to switch to a solid material. A solid electrolyte does not leak, and it does not need active cooling. It can pack more energy into a smaller space because it is denser. This higher energy density is what promises that huge driving range everyone wants. But the solid material has a fatal flaw during the manufacturing process itself. You must compress the layers together to ensure good contact between materials. However, the solid electrolyte does not flex like the liquid version does. It fractures under pressure, and those fractures create resistance to the ions. When ions hit a crack, they slow down and the battery charges poorly. Stay with me, because this changes everything you understand about battery development. Toyota has spent years researching materials that can withstand this compression stress. They are not just inventing a battery, they are inventing a whole new physics. The company holds hundreds of patents for ceramic and sulfide-based electrolytes. These materials are carefully engineered to bend slightly without breaking apart. But finding the right material is only the first tiny step in this race. The real challenge begins when you try to produce millions of these cells. A laboratory prototype works perfectly because researchers control every variable precisely. But a factory floor has dust temperature changes and machine vibrations everywhere. One speck of dust on a solid electrolyte layer ruins the entire batch. This is why mass production is the true battle for Toyota and everyone else. Write this down, because the timeline depends entirely on solving this problem. Toyota currently uses nickel metal hydride batteries in its famous hybrid vehicles. Those hybrids, like the Prius, have proven incredibly reliable over many years. The company also uses lithium-ion packs in its BZ4X electric SUV. Those lithium batteries store chemical energy and convert it to motion. When you plug in the car, electricity flows in and creates chemical potential. While driving, that chemical energy converts back to electricity for the motor. This process works well, but it is heavy and takes too long to charge. A larger battery gives you more range but adds significant weight to the vehicle. Weight reduces efficiency and makes the car handle worse on sharp corners. So Toyota wants a lighter battery that stores the same amount of power. The solid-state battery promises exactly that with a fraction of the weight. But here is the twist that most EV enthusiasts simply refuse to accept. The first solid-state cars will not be affordable for the average driver. They will debut in luxury sports cars and premium SUVs only at first. The manufacturing cost is currently 5 to 10 times higher than lithium. That high cost comes from the delicate production environment and expensive raw materials. Toyota must build entirely new factories with clean rooms and robotic precision arms. They cannot simply retool their existing plants to make these new batteries. This infrastructure investment takes billions of dollars and many years to complete. Now let us talk about safety, because that is another major selling point here. Liquid electrolytes are flammable and can catch fire if the battery is damaged. That is why electric cars have complex thermal management systems and sensors. Solid electrolytes are non-flammable and much more stable in extreme heat. They do not expand or contract as much as liquid-based systems do. This stability improves safety and reduces the need for heavy shielding. But do not assume that solid-state batteries are completely risk-free forever. They can still short-circuit if metallic dendrites grow through the solid material. Those dendrites are tiny metal spikes that form during repeated charging cycles. Toyota is working on coatings to prevent those dendrites from forming at all. This is another reason why the technology is not on the road right now. The company must prove that the battery lasts 10 years without degrading significantly. They test the cells through thousands of charge and discharge cycles continuously. They also freeze the batteries and bake them to simulate harsh weather conditions. Only after passing all these tests can Toyota even think about launching it. This next part is the most important for understanding the real competition ahead. Toyota is not alone in this race because other giants are moving fast too. Samsung SDI is developing a solid-state battery with very high energy density. They plan to put their technology in premium EVs within the next few years. CATL is taking a different path by working on semi-solid and sodium-ion. That Chinese giant wants to offer multiple options for different market segments. Nissan is also serious and aims to launch its own solid-state EV. They believe this technology will bring down costs and improve charging speeds. QuantumScape has partnered with Volkswagen to scale up their lithium metal design. They have shown promising results but face the same production hurdles as Toyota. Honda has a demonstration line where they test their mass production methods. Mercedes is working with Factorial Energy to test new battery prototypes. Hyundai and Kia have also joined the partnership with Factorial to advance. So every major player is investing heavily in this solid-state future. But they are all stuck at the same bottleneck of reliable large-scale manufacturing. The first company to crack this code will have a massive advantage in the market. However, even that first battery will likely have a limited production volume. You will see it in a few thousand cars, not millions in the beginning. Now let us address the charging time, because that is a huge promise. Toyota wants a battery that charges to 80% in just 5 minutes. That speed would match the time it takes to fill a petrol tank today. But fast charging requires massive power delivery from the charging station itself. The grid must support that level of energy without causing blackouts or surges. Most public chargers today cannot deliver that amount of power safely yet. So even if the battery is ready, the infrastructure must catch up completely. This is a classic chicken and egg problem for the entire EV industry now. Let us look at driving range, because that is what sells cars today. A higher energy density means you can travel further on a single charge. It also means the manufacturer can make the battery pack much smaller. A smaller battery means more cabin space and a lighter overall vehicle weight. That lighter weight improves acceleration, braking, and handling on the road. So the driving experience becomes sportier and more efficient for everyone involved. But remember that real-world range depends on driving style and terrain too. If you drive aggressively, the range drops regardless of the battery type. So do not expect a miracle even with the best solid-state technology inside. Temperature also affects these batteries, especially in extreme cold climates. Solid-state batteries handle cold better than liquid ones, but not perfectly. Toyota is still testing performance in sub-zero environments to be absolutely sure. Degradation is another big concern because batteries lose capacity over time. A lithium-ion battery might lose 20% of its range after 5 years. Toyota hopes the solid version will lose only 5% after 10 years. That longevity would be a game-changer for resale value and maintenance costs. Speaking of maintenance, fewer repairs mean lower ownership costs for drivers. But again, we need to see real data from real vehicles on public roads. The timeline for widespread adoption remains uncertain despite all the hype. Toyota has set a target to launch this technology in the late 2020s. But targets are not guarantees in the complex world of battery development. Delays are common, because safety cannot be compromised for any reason. The company will likely start with a hybrid using a small solid-state pack. That allows them to test the technology without risking the entire vehicle. Then they will gradually move to fully electric models over several years. So do not expect every Toyota EV to have this battery next year at all. The transition will be slow and incremental rather than sudden and disruptive. Lithium-ion batteries are not going away anytime soon despite the competition. They continue to improve with new chemistries and better management systems. Plus, the global manufacturing network for lithium is already massive and mature. It would be foolish to abandon that infrastructure for an unproven new one. So, both technologies will likely coexist for at least the next decade. Now let us talk about cost, because that determines what you actually buy. Early adopters will pay a premium for the privilege of new solid-state. That premium could be $10,000 or more over the base model. As production scales up, the cost will drop, but that takes many years. Economies of scale only work when you produce millions of units consistently. Toyota needs to reach that volume to make the price competitive for families. Until then, solid-state will remain a luxury option for wealthy buyers. But do not lose hope, because the technology will trickle down eventually. We saw the same pattern with airbags and anti-lock brakes in the past. Those features started in luxury cars and became standard on every model. The same will happen with solid-state batteries if they prove themselves successful. So the key indicator to watch is the launch date of the first model. The second indicator is the performance of that battery in real-world driving. The third indicator is the price difference compared to the lithium version. These three factors will decide how fast this technology reaches you personally. Now let us step back and look at the bigger picture for a moment. Toyota made a strategic choice to focus on hybrids before pure EVs. That choice paid off because they dominated the hybrid market for decades. But that strategy also made them late to the fully electric car party. Now they are trying to leapfrog competitors with this solid-state breakthrough. It is a bold move that could either make them a leader or a follower. The stakes are incredibly high for a company with their reputation and scale. They cannot afford to release a battery that fails in the public eye. That is why they are moving slowly and deliberately through each testing phase. Patience is the key virtue for anyone waiting for this revolutionary technology. The Japanese company is known for its meticulous engineering and quality control. They will not rush a product simply to beat a competitor to the market. This cautious approach frustrates enthusiasts, but it builds long-term trust. Sulfide-based electrolytes conduct ions very well, but they react with air moisture easily today. Oxide-based electrolyte materials are much more stable, but their ion conductivity stays quite lower. Toyota chose sulfide-based solid cells because they offer the best fast-charging performance today. However, sulfide-based materials release toxic gas if they are ever exposed to water now. So Toyota must build absolutely dry rooms for manufacturing these specific battery cells today. The cost of controlling the humidity in those new factories is extremely high now. This is another reason why the initial price tag for cars will be quite steep. But once they master the dry room process, the production speed can increase dramatically today. These specific technical details are exactly what separate a lab success from factory reality now. Most people never consider these manufacturing constraints when they see the big range numbers today. In conclusion, solid-state batteries are a powerful possibility for our future. But they are not a fully proven solution for the mass market today. The real victory will come when they solve the manufacturing crack problem effectively. That solution will unlock the potential of light-safe and fast-charging EVs. Until then, we must appreciate the steady improvements in lithium-ion technology. The future is bright, but it requires patience and realistic expectations from us. If you found this breakdown helpful, and you want more real honest EV content today, make sure to press that like button and subscribe to the official channel right now. We will bring you the latest real updates as soon as Toyota makes a move. The race for the perfect battery is far from over, but we are still watching. Stay always informed and question the hype that you see in every bold headline today. Because the truth about technology is always more complex and interesting than just mere fiction.
Toyota EV. We're bringing you the latest real updates as they happen. The finish line is distant because the race for the perfect battery is far from over, and we are just getting started.